It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood today. Very sunny, very cold, but it's beautiful from inside. And I thought that this light would be good to make a video, even if I'm not exactly prepared. This week in the YouTube Pagan Challenge is question number 6, I do believe, and the question is, what are my cultural influences? And I know I'm not alone in thinking that this is a difficult question. I've seen some of my subscribees, people I subscribe to, talking about how, if you don't live somewhere old, or magical, especially if you are living in the U.S. as a Caucasian person, you are not exposed to a lot of the old country or anything else like that. I have been told, like many other white people in the U.S., that I'm like 1/64th or something, whatever, Native American, and I take that with a grain of salt because everybody says that, unless, they're first generation German or something like that. That, however, did not prevent me from being fascinated with Native American culture when I was a wee lass. My family had a set of childcraft encyclopedias. Remember encyclopedias? We had a huge set of childcraft encyclopedias, and one of them was, the topic was Native American cultures. And I just ate it up, and I read all the stories, and that was my first exposure to nature-based spirituality. We didn't go to church. We were not a very religious family when I was growing up, so I was sort of a blank slate. It was great. And my mom would take us, me and my siblings, to the library. And we'd always seem to go home with some mythology book, mostly Greek and Roman mythology, but other kinds of mythology too. And I don't know if that counts as a cultural influence, but I thank my mom for it in part. And let's see. Cultural influence. I'm in the Midwest, and I've spent a good chunk of time in the Northwoods at the top of Wisconsin up near Lake Superior, where the woods are really thick and there's birch and pine, and it smells just so rich and just dirt. It smells like dirt. And the culture up there is hunt bear, hunt deer, drink beer, work at the paper mill factory. But my exposure to a place like that, a place that's so vast, we had a cabin with 37 acres of woods. Just 37 acres of woods that were all ours. Not ours, but it was lush, and you could get lost in the woods. You could literally, actually get lost on our property. And I remember there was a tall ridge. I always wanted to get lost in the woods and just build a lean-to and just live there. I'd think about the things that I would need to bring with me. I would need to have at least a pot, a knife, a change of underwear, things like that. I would think that stuff. But I remember vividly the very first time I got out of my family station wagon and looked up into the sky and saw a sea of stars. I lived in the suburbs growing up, so close to the city that there weren't that many stars. It was way too populated, so much light pollution that you really couldn't see that many. And I got dizzy. You get dizzy when you look up at the stars, and especially if you've never seen that many before. So my culture was very suburban. I guess that's what it is. My cultural influences are of the very suburban type. You know, white girl, told she's part Native American, probably not part Native American. Went to the library and read about mythology and had my imagination sparked by pantheons and nature, religion, and it was, I guess it's as valid a cultural influence as any, but that was mine. All right, see you next time. Bye.